It all began with the partnership between LBK, Lang Bull Kennel, and LPK, Lucas Pit Kennel, announcing their collaboration for their next breeding plan. Both kennels had high hopes for this breeding, and the female they paired with LPK Shake was one of a kind. She wasn't just beautiful because of her blue trimural coat. She was also structurally sound from head to paws. You can't deny this female doesn't have that wow factor. LPK knew this and spoke very highly of her. Lucas spoke on the female's behalf, explaining that her pedigree on the mother's side included dogs with genetics similar to those found in Shake's line. He mentioned that this female was something out of the ordinary, possessing the phenotype, coloring, thickness, bone structure, and blood quality he had been looking for. Lucas also went into more depth about her pedigree and the dogs that make up her genetic foundation.
Eu fiz algumas cruzes que, mano, é um sonho meu. Você vê, o pai entendeu alguma coisa? Não. Eu fiz um projeto, assim, extremamente assustador para dentro do mercado. Assustador para dentro do mercado. A fêmea que foi no Shake, uma tribo Merle, a base da parte da mãe dela tem a própria base do meu dog, Aslan, de 80 quilos. É uma cadela pessoalmente assustadora, dentro de correção, fenótipo, coloração, aprumos, ossatura. Uma cadela, quando a base dela só coisa fora da curva, foi no Shake, tribo Merle, tá gravidíssima. Então é um projeto, se tratando dela ser uma ferramenta com muita abertura de sangue, um baita, né? Ela é praticamente 50% mesmo off no sangue do Shake. Ela não tem parentesco do Shake, no Shake, entendeu? Então tem que ter um refresco e tal. Diferente dessa cruza que eu fiz do Shake, com essa cadela, onde o pai dessa cadela é o irmão do Éfesos, que era meu, certo? E a mãe, a base, veio dessa base dos cachorros gigantes. Chevy, cambada lá, tem até a base do Asa, que o avô é o Hopper. Olha o refresco que tem nesse sangue. Aí eu dou o choque no Shake. Aí...
On September 19th, 2024, LPK and LBK announced their breeding plan to the public, a breeding that no one anticipated would be able to create a monster of a dog. Shake, the dog known as the most wanted Brazilian bull or pit monster, and the most expensive dog ever sold from Brazilian grounds, was to be bred with LBK Blue. The birth of LPK Betello was not one the world was ready to hear or see. Hello, and welcome to the K9 Studio. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let's dive into this unbelievable story. On October 10th of 2024, the world welcomed mini Shakes, a litter of newborns who exhibited not only beautiful colors, but also crazy features and size. This litter was born on LBK grounds, and they spent their first few weeks being nurtured by their mother, exploring the world, learning from their siblings, and receiving a lot of love and care under LBK's supervision. Then on December 3rd, 2024, LBK received a visit from Lucas of LPK. Perhaps at this time, Lucas was examining the litter and making his selection, deciding which one would be his keeper. Fast forward to December 25th, 2024, LPK introduced a 2-month-old puppy, an almost all-white lilac tri-puppy, and his name was Bitelo. Man, when you look at this puppy, you just knew something was different about him. He has his mother's face, but you can't say he doesn't resemble his father. He is quite the handsome lad too, with an insane, bulky, and muscular build at only a few months old, just like in his father's youth. Now, if you remember in our first video of Shake, we featured Betello at the end of the video for a reason, and today, we'll show you why. As a young puppy, Betello had already gained a lot of attention, but not as much as when we first featured him at 4 months, versus him at 7 months of age. It is unbelievable how a few-month-old puppy could look so insane. We mean, is this guy even real at this point? Because just look at the spread, the bulk, the muscularity, and the head on this puppy. At 7 months of age compared to his father, he is on a whole other level. And if you think it stops here, you, my friend, would be wrong, because we're just getting started. There is no doubt that Bitelo is making people talk and turning heads, because his genetics are definitely doing him a favor. His development is far from normal. It's as if we're watching a dog going through mutation. The older he gets, the more impressive he becomes. Just when you think he'll stop growing or is at his limit, he blows people's minds by getting even bigger. It's scary how big this guy gets, because he definitely didn't come here to play games. What doesn't this guy have? He has it all. The rear, the head, the spread, the chest, the structure, the presence. But wait. He reminds us of someone. PSD. Becca. Ah, yes, you can see the resemblance of his grandmother on this guy. He's basically the male version of Becca. It's no wonder where this boy got his crazy genetics. It's literally in his blood. But we can't forget, the mother also takes credit for the dog he is today. Shake has outproduced himself here, because the results are clear as day. Betello is one of Shake's many offspring, but his transformation stands above the rest. On August 13th of this year, LPK collaborated with LBK to make an announcement that was intended to build suspense among their fans for their next breeding. Fans were supposed to guess why LBK Blue was there, and sure enough, they revealed a breeding between the mother and son.
Aqui hoje, galera, no LPK. A mãe do Bitelo. Tá com meu amigo Jonathan ali, ó. O cara tem quase 2 metros de altura.
120 quilos.
120 quilos. Bodybuilding. Aí não tem como o cachorro subir, né? Aí a Blue. Ei, Blue. Olha aqui quem tá olhando pra mim aqui, ó. O filho. Bitelo. Bitelo.
Inbreeding is done with the intent to lock in desirable traits. Although there are some risks when breeding close relatives, LPK and his team know what they are doing. At 10 months of age, Lucas of LPK knew this boy wasn't done growing, and he was right. Because just 2 months later, he had begun maturing into an absolute monster, heavier and bigger than the last time. Twice the size and strength than before. What are they feeding this boy? As of now, Betello is 13 months old, 73.5 kilograms. That's over 162 pounds, with a 75-centimeter skull. That's a lot of bone volume and mass on one dog. Damn.
Isso, levanta. Encosta mais perto aqui, eu não posso chegar perto da balança, senão os caras vão achar que nós tá roubando. Quantos quilos? Fala aí.
73,500.
73 quilos e 500. Balança, sem roubo, sem nada. 73,500. Agora tira ele pra mim aqui, tira. Esperar zerar. Zerou. 73 quilos e meio, Bitelo LPK e vamos de marcha. Tudo certo? É barrigo dobrado.
Betello's story has just started, yet his productions are already to Lucas's liking, and that says a lot. Betello is already a promising stud, and could even outproduce himself. Let's be real here. Betello has the potential to be his father's successor, and he's already proven it through his growth and development over the months. He's become bigger, with more exaggerated features than his father. Betello didn't come to play. He came to conquer. And it's only a matter of time before he shakes the bully world to the ground.